All right, excuse me, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, Christian Chanty notifications. We going live or drop a video. Shit, man, as we going live, I forgot I left my box outside. I think these my Anthony Edwards shoes. Let me see. I got a box cutter over here. Hold on. Unbox these boys real real quick. Let's see. I left them outside for a minute. I forgot I had them. Had some other shit going on I gotta handle. You feel like every time you take a couple steps forward, something go ahead and knock your ass back. Yeah, these boys just came today. I'll do a shoe review on them. They just got here today. This shit cold. I wasn't even gonna buy these shits, man. That nigga Time was like, they sold out in Anthony Edwards shoes and shit, man. I'm like, so I found them real quick or whatever on Foot Locker. So I was like, shit, I might as well grab a pair. So they kind of got the slide out box. Got his initials on the box and shit, as you can see real quick. So shit, this is the first time I ain't worn them. They just at my doorstep and shit. So I'm probably gonna get the black and white pair too, but shit. Motherfuckers cold as a brick. It's cold as hell outside. So these dope. Kind of got a Jordan 12 feel to them on how they built. So yeah. Yep. These shit's pretty dope though. I like them. They black orange and then they kind of consider this red on the back. He explained why he went with orange as his first color. It had something to do with his grandmother and his mother, whatever. But you know, Anthony Edwards won. So yeah, I don't know. I might wear them, I might not. I got the KD 16s, the new ones. They forgot what color red they kind of consider them. I still ain't wore them. I got the Billie Eilish Alpha Force Nikes. I still ain't wore them. So I got a bunch of shoes. You know, I still ain't wore nothing like that, whatever. So yeah, I just so happen I'll do a shoe review. Probably go up tonight or tomorrow. So the box dope. This is the first pair of shoes. Unfortunately, the IG model scene. He doing interviews on Complex. He starting to blow up. I think the Wolves got the best record out west, and then she want to come out with this. Man, I'm telling you, dude. You know, as a man in the West, it's hard, bro. Super duper hard, man. Especially if you're a black man. But but yeah, man, let's talk. You know, did a little quick unboxing of Anthony Edwards shoes. Let's talk about Joshua Wilder fight week. Anthony Joshua taking on Otto Wallin. Deontay Wilder taking on Joseph Parker. They deemed that Joshua was the main event. Then we're going to Take unhappy with Al new bag, the money in Amazon. He kind of snapped back at Rick Glazer, saying that we're going to talk about Rayo sleeping Colbert and Morrell, his opponent, Sene and Gaku, accused him of being on PEDS. So we're going to speak on all that as well, too. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, you can watch live on, obviously, YouTube at Goodfella TV, Kick, Twitch, and Facebook. All those links in the link tree. So appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Make sure you thumbs up the video. It costs 100% of nothing. It's free 99 to thumbs up the video. But you know, but yeah, you know, Anthony Joshua. I mean, Big Baby Miller is making the fight week hype. Now, Wallin talking some shit too. He basically said that that you know, Anthony Joshua getting Ben Davison, he fired off on that and basically said what happened to Ben Davison after they got done fighting, when he fought Fury, and you know, Ben Davison got fired by Tyson Fury. after the Tyson Fury loss. I mean, after the Fury fight, and he hired Sugar Hill. Now, so be it. So he basically said why he go get him, and basically he was saying that Ben Davison was already in the UK. Derek James gave him his blessing to train with Ben Davison for the fight. He was familiar with all the Wallin and all that type of stuff. So, so I mean, to each his own. I mean, he go through trainers and he gonna take a short stint with Ben Davison, go back to Derek James, and whatever worked for you. Maybe that'll work for him, maybe it don't. But he said Derek James gave him his blessing. Maybe Derek James travel wouldn't allow him to be over there like that. But Ben Davison, he's familiar with Tyson Fury, but at the same time, a lot of people thought Otto Wallin beat Tyson Fury. So Otto Wallin or Anthony Joshua's trainer Ben Davison, he was in Tyson Fury corner, of course, for our fight. I think it's good to remember that after the fight, Ben Davison was fired by Fury. So that all I take from it. Fury had a draw with Deontay Wilder. He got a new trainer. He came back, knocked Wilder out. So obviously Fury got better when he switched trainers. So, and then and he probably some truth to that statement. But then if you look at it too, Anthony Joshua was kind of seeming kind of weird. He seemed like he not there. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the interviews that he doing, he seemed kind of spooked. You ever seen your dog kind of get spooked by something and they kind of acting weird? They sense something that you don't sense. You know what I'm saying? I know, was it Steven Spielberg who dog just flipped out in the car and got and he got into a car accident? Sometimes they say dogs can kind of see things like ghosts and stuff that we can't see. They kind of got senses that we don't. Like he seemed pretty spooked. He seemed pretty spooked. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really want to be there. He said, CJ, you seen King E said, did you see Raider Raheem interview with AJ? AJ's backtracking on the Wilder fight. He ducking hard. I mean, I think I don't know. I seen it. I think he was saying, Rick Glazer was saying on Coach Malachi's show today that he ain't sure that fight gonna happen. Ain't nobody gonna hold Anthony Joshua accountable. His people gonna say that, his people gonna make an excuse, as they always do. The same people that be accusing Tank Davis of ducking or Spencer ducking, them same people will turn around and justify Anthony Joshua ducking. Now, Eddie Hearn said the fight is going to be next, but you can't believe nothing that a Pilgrim say, right? Let's just keep it real. So they saying it's next, is next, is next, is next, is next. You got to remember Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, he signed with the Saudis. So now Rick Glazer saying that probably that Anthony Joshua probably gonna go for the vacant IBF if they strip them of the IBF. So so I mean that's the hype about it. A lot of people don't feel like it's gonna happen. Even Big Baby Miller said to his face that you ain't fighting Deontay Wilder. He said that to his face today. He said that you ain't fighting Deontay Wilder. Then he just said, you know who I'm fighting next. He wouldn't even Deontay Wilder. He wouldn't even say Deontay Wilder now. He said you ain't fighting Wilder next. So a lot of people, Rick Glazer, a lot of people tend to believe, even though they saying it's next, don't believe it's next. And then, Deontay Wilder said in the Grand Arrivals again today that he believed that if the fight doesn't happen, he still wish Anthony Joshua nothing but the best. I mean, is it gonna happen or not? That's the $1 million question. Are they gonna thump or not thump? And the way Anthony Joshua kind of looking, bro, he don't look like he invested in that fight. He look agitated. And if that's Jarrell Miller being in attendance, and then Deontay Wilder ain't did nothing but make him feel comfortable. Wilder be nice around him and not go at him. Big Baby Miller all in this shit. But then, as soon as they get away from the fight, Wilder get to talking shit. You know, so at the end of the day, that it's really up to them, man. Like if they fight, they fight. Like, dude, I've been over this shit. I've been over this. No cap. I've been over this shit. They can continue to run their mouth as much as possible, bro. We went through all this shit again. They gonna fight. Nobody's gonna hold Anthony Joshua accountable. What they gonna turn around and say is that, well, Wilder said he ducked the fight because he wanted to go fight Tyson Fury. He wanted to get his get back. I think if that's a reason not to take an offer, I'm not mad at it. Then his own talking about they messed over the offer. I mean, this track record longer than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. I just really don't care. Because the people that ride with AJ, a lot of them don't like Deontay Wilder. I'm not talking about the Brits, because they pose a back day guy. We talking about these dudes in America who don't like Wilder. They're not gonna call a spade a spade. They're not. They're gonna give you every reason why Anthony Joshua shouldn't fight him. You could tell by Anthony Joshua's demeanor at the fight that he don't want to beat her. Now, he fighting out of Wallin. Is it a real possibility that he lose out of Wallin? I think he can, but at the same time, we seen what happened with Francis Ngannou. They made sure Tyson Fury won that fight to mess up the Fury bag, and out of Wallin, he you got to respect every heavyweight punching power. He above 50%, but his last knockout came in 2020 versus Travis Kaufman. Shout out to Travis Kaufman. So it's been about almost 4 years since over 3 years since his last knockout. And before that, it was in 2018 versus a guy I don't even know who was 6-5. So, could he knock out Anthony Joshua? It's possible. Anthony Joshua got a reach advantage, 82 to 78.5, 78. Otto Wallin is a good heavyweight fighter. I think both the main event and co-main can be an upset. And I'm gonna get to Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder in a second. But Otto Wallin only got the one loss to Tyson Fury, and I don't even feel like he lost that fight. I'm just keeping it funky. I don't feel like he lost that fight. I thought he did enough to win that fight. I thought he did plenty enough to go ahead and get the decision in that fight. Some people thought that fight should have been stopped based off cuts. Some people thought that fight should have been stopped off how his eye was cut. So he beat the shit out of Fury, in my opinion. And they never looked to make that rematch again. And what they did was they exiled Tyson. They exiled Otto Wallin. He was just fighting around the corner in Dearborn versus Rydell Booker. So like I said before, he didn't get another chance on this platform, and it's a shame that Johnny Rice didn't get opportunity on this platform and this opportunity. It's been a nice opportunity for him. I seen him on Facebook saying if it's less than $1 million and he ain't a promoter on Twitter, he don't want nothing to do with it. I ain't mad at it. Your price is your price. Too bad neither one of them, Wilder or Joshua, didn't get to fight Zhang on this card. Probably too dangerous. But Otto Wallin is a real option. If he can hurt Anthony Joshua, only way he gonna lose is if they take it from him. He a real dog, and Anthony Joshua just don't seem to be there. He don't do well. In my opinion, he don't do well under pressure. Just keeping it funky. He don't do well under pressure, bro. And I think Jarrell Miller knows that. He letting Jarrell Miller get up under his skin. And if it's Deontay Wilder being there, he just looked real uncomfortable, bro. And maybe I'm tripping. Even when he do interviews, he seemed agitated. You got to remember, too, it ain't like his ass got to make weight. Don't forget that. It ain't like he got to make weight. It ain't like he got to make weight. So, What you agitated for? He just don't seem to have a mindset to want to go and get tough. It's time to strap your nuts on and go. He don't seem to have that mindset. He seemed real bothered about to be there. Not that he the king of heavyweights there. He not feeling that. He just looked like he looked agitated. And maybe that might bring, shout out to Greg, that might bring a meaner, more nastier Anthony Joshua. To me, it just seemed like he acting like a bitch. Sorry to say that, but that's just what it was. It's a big upset Saturday. Fights are the Parker Wilder. I can see that being an upset. Deontay Wilder ain't had a meaningful round since when? Since 2021 in October. So that's what? About over 3 years. He fought Hellenius for a couple minutes. I don't even count that. Maybe you count the camp. Joseph Parker did his 4th fight this year. And we still don't know if Anthony Joshua could take a punch. I mean, Deontay Wilder could take a punch after his savage beatdown because he ain't getting hit yet. So, but then again, he got a chance to reset his body, not take no real punishment. Joseph Parker just don't seem to have a mean streak. And that's a problem. So that fight can be short. Joseph Parker can punch, but he seems just to be too much of a nice guy. So good opponent for Deontay Wilder to probably knock out. Gennaro Jackson, what's going on? What's going on, bro? He keeps letting Big Baby run up on him like that. Exactly. He do. But good he ain't fucking up the bag by slapping him and hurting his hand or something. Anthony Ware, salute. He said you were right about the Eagles. Yeah. I know football. I told you. Shannon Sharp was right too. You don't accept anything in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. Whatever he said, he's right about that. Lions gonna beat the Cowgirls. Now I ain't getting ahead of myself. Nah, I ain't got nothing to say about that game. We got Minnesota. That's what I'm worried about. Eddie Hearn should match AJ versus Jarrell Miller. AJ needs to shut Miller. I mean, if somebody, you put all that money into somebody and then, he fall out the fight due to having every ped in his body, you want to work with that guy again? And then it led to the Andy Ruiz upsetting him. So, of course, they don't want to fuck with Jarrell Miller. If Wilder loses to Joseph Parker, it's over with. AJ ducking in broad daylight. I mean, it is what it is. Eddie Hearn saying that the fighters will go. He's saying, guys like Rick Glazer and Jarrell Miller saying, no, he ain't gonna fight him. I mean, I'm over it, dude. I don't give a fuck. Bro, Joshua not losing to walking Wallin. He's getting KO. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Ain't nobody knocked out fucking Otto Wallin yet. Now Otto Wallin is very impressive fighter, very technical. Very technical. I mean, this dude just struggled with Jermaine fucking Franklin, dude. He struggled with Jermaine Franklin. I can see. I think Otto Wallin gonna beat him, bro. If he get a fair shake, which I know he won't, I think Otto Wallin will beat this dude, bro. Otto Wallin is a really good fighter, bro. Shit, I might even back him beating Wilder coming off a 3 year, pretty much a 2 or 3 year layoff. It's a reason why Wallin didn't get plugged in with other top heavyweights. And it's a reason why Johnny Rice didn't get plugged in with other top heavyweights. He said he's a security guard. Hey, you got to eat how you go eat, bro. I ain't mad at nobody doing what they got to do. As long as you ain't robbing and sex trafficking, for what you doing out here. And it don't affect me in a negative light. Zhang and Rice will be a fire fight. It'd be a good fight. They both deserve, upper echelon fights. Wallin talking cash shit too. And then you out here, you get a chance to, he ate caviar before with Tyson Fury, which he should have won that fight. He getting the opportunity to eat caviar again. I don't think he gonna let this slip out his hands, man. He got to come in thinking knockout. And if I was this out of Wallin, without me even looking at any film, I would start stabbing JJ to the body. I would attack AJ body. If I was fighting Anthony Joshua, I would take Anthony Joshua, but I would take his core, I would take his legs away from him. All my shots would be jabs and me being a body snatcher. I would deflate AJ's tires and then knock his ass out in later round. That's exactly how I attack Anthony Joshua. He got conditioning problems. I will, any heavyweight, even if I was fighting Deontay Wilder, and if I got an opportunity to get inside that reach, I'm going to the body. I'm taking his legs away. AJ soft and jello. Yeah, AJ don't have no mental fortitude, bro. I'm sorry. At least outside the ring. Wilder a meaningful round is round one in versus Fury. I mean, he thugged it out. He showed that he gonna keep coming. Love him or hate him, Big Baby is the only one promoting this paper, and that's a fact. Hog mode 365 days. He's right. Big Baby Miller is the only one that's promoting this fight. Everybody else is boring. Deontay Wilder gave good interviews, but when he in the room with the other heavyweights, he ain't really barking at nobody else. Damn, the boys ain't got no color commentator. The rest of these other motherfuckers don't even speak English. Big Baby Miller is the life of the party. Whole Miller drug tested. AJ versus Zhang in Hong Kong. Man, Zhang they think Zhang been fucked around and knocked dog out. I'm telling you, he might get Wilder. I think that's the best fight in heavyweight, in my opinion. Just without the glitz and the glam, just fight Zhang and Wilder, man. That's a great fight. Haven't heard anything about drug testing the Saudi card. Hey, I'm pretty sure they got Dan Du Bois got getting that man tested. AB was going on. I'm pretty sure Dan Du Bois getting that man tested, but nonetheless, let's talk about Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker. Hold on. This fight was supposed to happen some years ago. Joseph Parker, he basically got pulled out the WBC rankings, for missing a drug test. Allegedly, that's what I remember reading. That could be accurate or not accurate. I think it's a dangerous fight for Wilder, low key, and I say it's a dangerous fight for Deontay Wilder because, he only had like one meaningful fight. Let's say last time he fought was 2022 October 15th. That's over a year ago. He fought for one round, right? So, it was stopped at 2 minutes and 57 seconds. So he literally, did one round. Then before that was 2 years, October 9th against Tyson Fury, the trilogy. So we don't know if he can take a punch. We don't know where he physically at, physically. So, we don't know. Joseph Parker, 6'4", 76-inch reach. Wilder got an 83-inch reach. So Parker gonna have to, work his way outside that reach. And Joseph Parker can get in and get out without getting tagged, then good for him. But he don't like getting hit. I remember watching the Anthony Joshua fight. He really wasn't trying to get hit, but hey, he stepped up. Apparently, he was supposed to fight Dan Du Bois, and the boys and them didn't like that Parker moved that much. Parker gonna need to feint, get on the inside, and pretty much stay there. If you keep fading and getting in and out versus Wilder, he's gonna eventually clip you with that right hand. So, stylistically wise, it's a bad matchup for Joseph Parker. But activity wise, he been active. It's his fourth fight this year. This is Deontay Wilder first fight this year. First meaningful fight in 2 years, in my opinion. So, Parker got good speed. Parker got, he's supposed to have a good chin. But, Joseph Parker, see if he can land some power too. You know what I'm saying? That's the question. Can Joseph Parker land some power? Joseph Parker got to avoid that right hand. And if Deontay Wilder not going to use that jab, it's going to make it a little bit easier for Joseph Parker. If Deontay Wilder use that jab, he should be okay. But I can see this upset being here. I mean, he looking forward to Anthony Joshua. Parker's a talented guy. They say he the brick man, allegedly. That was a rumor going out there, I don't know, man. You see Joseph Parker, you might get him for 17.5. Yeah, so it's a possibility. But yeah, I'm joking. That was a rumor though. But like I said before, it's Parker got speed, Parker got activity. For Parker, like I said before, he gonna have to land or he gonna have to stay on the inside and work. And if he gonna stay on the inside and work, you gotta chop the tree down, work the body, take Wilder legs away, and then go to work. So in Joseph Parker, most of his fights, let's kind of see what he weighed. So I mean, yeah, he gonna have a weight advantage, And most of his last fight, he was 250 pounds. Fight before that, 239 3/4. Fight before that, 245 1/4. Fight before that with Joe Joyce, 255 1/2. So he gonna probably have about a 20 pound weight advantage. But how is he gonna avoid that right hand? And if they get Wilder running miles and working his conditioning, they get Wilder using that jab. If he used that jab, Joseph Parker gonna get clipped. especially if you can throw an uppercut in there. So, I just think, if Joseph Parker gonna win, he gonna clip Wilder early, and Wilder, the damage gonna be done from inactivity and from fighting Tyson Fury. So that's what I think. Um, he said, Allen said, who has the best chance of beating the Niners in the playoffs? Shit, who out there? To be honest, probably the Rams. I'm gonna go with a division opponent. Probably the Rams got the best chance of beating them. To be honest, probably the Rams. Division opponents all beat somebody 2 or 3 times in a year. That's always hard. I think the Rams probably got the best chance of beating them. He said Joshua got stopped by Joe Joyce. Yeah, or Joseph Parker. You meant, bro? Philip Harvey is the only one who doesn't belong in this car. He could have easily given Zhang a rematch. He lost that fight. Yeah, facts. He lost that fight. I remember I kind of dozed off and they robbed his ass. Tumba, what's going on? Baltimore Lions gonna beat the Cowboys. I don't know about that, man. Cowboys, they solid this year. I think Hargovich defeats Cabal. I've never seen a get Cabal fight, or don't remember seeing him fight. But Hargovich, man, I ain't liked him since he robbed old buddy. Yeah, I ain't liked him since he robbed Zhang. He robbed the fuck out of Zhang. No cap. He robbed the hell out of Zhang, bro. I remember watching that fight. He robbed that motherfucker. But robbed the shit out of that nigga, man. But let's talk about Rayo, all right? I want to talk about this, man. And I kind of zoomed through this past weekend fights real quick. I did see Bam Rodriguez beat Sonny Edwards. I mean, Sonny Edwards had like a 60-inch reach, bro, to Bam 67-inch reach, man. Sonny Edwards had 4 knockouts. Supposed to be a good defensive fighter. Defense in the UK rarely goes together. Bam Rodriguez just, broke him down, knocked him out, broke his orbital bone, they were saying, and he quit in the corner. So don't surprise me none, bro. That's what happens. When the UK hype job coming over to America, he getting drowned. And Edwards didn't have the power to keep him off of him. He didn't have the conditioning. He didn't have to reach the box. He didn't have the athletic ability. Bam, I think he top 10 pound for pound in my opinion. So, he said Hargovich not fighting Cabal. All right, who the hell he fighting then? Let me know. Then we have Morrell and Ngaku, Sine Ngakwe, whatever his name is. I'm gonna speak on what he said after the fight, but it ain't too many names for David Morrell to fight. Andrade going back down. I'm pretty sure Caleb Plant ain't trying to get fed to him. Zach Parker moved up to 75. We're gonna feed him Rocky Fielding retired. We're gonna feed him John Ryder who fight Munguia. Munguia not gonna fight him. So really, when you start talking about David Morrell, he blasted old buddy out, expect to do what he do. It's nobody for him to fight. We want to see him fight Anthony Durrell. I mean, everybody that went through Anthony Durrell like a $2 hoe. So really, at this point, it's really David Morrell, David Benavidez. At this point, there's no other viable option for David Morrell to fight. Who is David Morrell gonna fight? Let's keep it funky. Berlanga ain't gonna fight him. There's a bunch of guys I don't know. Maybe y'all know some guys I don't. Derevchenko, no. Pacheco still on the way up. He just came from 60. Christian Malabini, I think he's a Ghana fighter from somewhere. So most of these guys, I mean, there's no other guys. Luis Fernandez, Jack Cullen, Mark Jeffers. Most of these dudes is for the most part, there ain't nowhere else but to go for, but to fight David Morrell or Caleb Plant. I mean, ain't no way other go to fight Benavidez or Caleb Plant for David Morrell. So really, it ain't no other way to go, quite frankly. So that is what it is, unfortunately, for him. But I think that might have been about it. But yeah, Rayo's Venezuela. I mean, Colbert did a lot of shit talking. He knew he lost that first fight. Went to headbangers down there in DC. Got Barry Hunter and another dude that be holding the mitts. I forget his name, and he was just looking disappointed when Colbert got knocked out. And Colbert didn't want to listen to his corner. Colbert got too much money too soon. And I'm still not sure he was ever good enough to be a world champion, world caliber world champion. Even though they got all these belts, Ryan Garcia still ain't got a belt, and Colbert didn't never touch a belt, a real world title. He could have beat Hector Luis Garcia and got a title. He was never good. I think he may never been good enough. He was a really good amateur fighter, and that was it. He told me, I'll be back. Yeah, you be right back where the fuck you at in that picture, laying on the canvas. You know, he invested his money well, and Counterpunch showed that the dude that he called his father in his corner, you know, was holding his, you know, was saving his money. They wouldn't let him trick off his money or nothing like that. So, you know, good for him. You know, good for him. So, you know, nonetheless, man, I just think, you know, he got too much money too soon. He's down there at Jackson State hanging out with Deion Sanders. I think he's already arrogant. So, you know, Al Haymon paying him a bunch of money out the amateurs. I mean, he made $500,000 fighting Hector Luis Garcia. So he really never had to go through the hungry phase. And it wasn't even like he got a gold medal. He chose not to go medal in the Olympics to turn pro and get money. So, you know, his main objective in boxing, it sounded like, was just to get some money. And once he got a little bit of some real money, he invested it, and he, you know, just ain't focused no more. He shouldn't get back in that ring because he don't have a purpose in that ring no more. And then a lot of people turned against him from the beginning because he said that he thought Fury was a better boxer than Deontay Wilder. So they started saying he was raccooning. Then he came out and said that the black people didn't support him. I mean, did he lie? You know, what black fighter is black people getting behind? None of them. Maybe Tank Davis is the only one. We don't financially get behind these fighters like that. You know, all these black American fighters don't have a country behind them. So he didn't lie. Y'all want to say he was cooning and raccooning and buck dancing but for saying the truth? Hey, so be it. You know, just because you don't pick Wilder don't make you a coon. That's crazy to me. Did he lie? Deontay Fury was the better fighter. I said it. You know, everybody know. Yo, he cheated. This, that, prove it. Prove, like, show us live proof that he cheated. Still, nobody to this day showed us live proof that he cheated. You know, so a lot of the brothers and the sisters, and you already black, nobody was going with him, but he was getting money. You know, he was getting money. You know, he was getting money. So, but you know, Rayo did what he's supposed to do. Rayo came out with a sense of urgency. Rayo came out knowing he couldn't hurt me. I'm gonna hurt him. You don't understand why he didn't have that urgency in the first fight to go ahead and just pummel him in the beginning. That's what I'm worried. Like, why he didn't come out with that same urgency in the first fight? He just put it on cruise control. Now, can Rayo be a player in the division? Absolutely. You know, he said he has no issue rematching Edwin De Los Santos. That was a late replacement. That'd be nice to, you know, to close that chapter in the book. Even though he lost Shakir Stevenson, he didn't take a beating. Nobody did nothing. You know, so but yeah, I like to see him go ahead and close that chapter. To close that chapter of that book for him. I like to see him close that chapter for himself. And then maybe Frank Martin, maybe work his way towards Tank. I know he called Tank out, but I'm not sure he deserved Tank. Now, apparently, this pose right here is a famous New York pose. So it's very, very disrespectful, which he earned the right to be disrespectful after Colbert talked all that shit after the first fight because he know he won that first fight. And Colbert know he lost the first fight. And this is what you do. You come out there, you play explanation point on it, you knock him out cold. You know, Colbert got up, asked for a rematch, and Rayo was like, fans don't want to see that shit. I beat you twice already, and I feel him on that. So, yeah, I feel him on that, man. So, nonetheless, you know, Rayo came out, you know, he kind of got one of those necks, them long necks, them tall, lanky fighters tend not to be able to take shots well. So, versus Tank, you know, can he keep Tank on the outside? I'm not sure he's a good enough boxer to control distance right now. Keep Tank on the outside from getting to that chin though, but that's just my opinion. Bud is fighter of the year consensus. Spence had top. People had Spence top. Man, Bud fought once this year. I'm not rewarding these guys who fight once a year as fighter of the year. I'm sorry, I ain't rewarding you. See what happened with it. Anuyuwa, you know, for undisputed. For me, it's between Benavidez, Nayu Anuyuwa, David Benavidez, and Devin Haney. You fight once a year. I'm good. ZJ, in your previous video, you spoke about the money being fun. I'm gonna get to that. How does that fight Crawford and Spence? It is because he don't have no money for Crawford and Spence. Hargovich is fighting Junior Fought from Australia. Okay, that's who he's fighting. Better BF is welcoming the smoke to David Benavidez. He said he had some serial killer smile when asked. Well, yeah, Benavidez said he, a while ago he gave some respect to him. He said that he a good fighter and all that, and that he had to work his way towards a better BF fight. No answer for speed and power by Cedi Edwards for Ben Rodriguez. Charlo, I don't know what that was about. Then Otto Wallin eyes looking good. I don't have much faith in AJ. If Otto Wallin punched a little bit harder, I'll definitely throw a lot of money on him. Actually, it's Hargovich versus a guy called Mark D. Mori. Okay, he ain't fighting nobody. He preserving his IBF ranking. Benavidez walking around heavier than better BF, but wouldn't dare step in there. I think he would. But they had a lot of respect for him, though. When they spoke about him like last year. Rayo should fight Rolly. Well, that's two different weight classes, but I probably would go with Rayo in that one. But yeah, let's talk about what old buddy said about David Morrell, right? So he said, what's so funny is Gervonta Davis going at the snack people, but we know Al Haymon, Al Haymon has got a reputation, around boxing. He's got a reputation around boxing that his fighters don't test. Now, Adrian Broner turned around and said they wasn't testing Manny Pacquiao. He turned around and said that Keith Thurman turned around and said they wasn't testing for the Pacquiao fight. And there's been rumors that Al Haymon, if they do test, he keeps the drug results, confidential. They won't be released on Twitter or on the Nevada website. A lot of people say a lot of times they don't even be testing. So Morrell's opponent he said Abeko. I was bummed about the stoppage. I thought it was a little bit too quick, but then after rewatching the fight, I thought the referee made the right decision. Sene Ngakko told Fight Hype talking about his second round blowout loss to WBA regular super middleweight champion David Morrell last Saturday night. He said, we both signed documents to be drug tested by WADA, and none of that happened. There was no testing by the commission before or after the fight. They explicitly stated that the commission wasn't required to do testing, and they chose not to do any testing for this fight, Ngakko said. So, people say, well, why did he go on and continue to take the fight? These opportunities are once in a lifetime. I think he had this fight before, and something happened where he had to pull out. He wasn't gonna get this opportunity again. And I heard Greg Hackett kind of like on YSM Media, shout out to Jamil. He was saying that why would a Cuban go pick the fight in Minnesota? Why would a Cuban go to Minnesota and pick the fight in Minnesota? And he said probably because, man, it's kind of suspicious that the commission ain't testing up there. And, I don't know why he picked Minnesota. And if the commission ain't testing up there, they ain't testing nobody that go up there. So, but if he got to have a big fight versus Benavidez in Nevada or something like that, or California, he's going to be tested. So at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is, but you still chose financials, you chose the bag, monetary reasons over principle. And understand, like, this opportunity you wasn't going to get. You pull out, it never work with you again. You probably never work with you again after this opportunity anyway, that you didn't put up not a valiant effort versus them. But it's funny how Tank was just talking about how guys, how PBC don't test. You know what I'm saying? How Devin Haney was on drugs and on snack and all this, but now, we hear multiple stories now that PBC ain't testing their fighters. So at the end of the day, was this bit of a sour grapes? Absolutely. Did it sound like a bit of an excuse? Absolutely. He should have, raised those concerns before the fight. Remember, J-Rock was saying that Jamal Charlo opted out of testing versus him and called Jamal Charlo a drug cheat, but he still took that title shot, didn't he? Which he could have got a free IBF title, but Charlo's about to vacate. He started talking shit, so Charlo turned around, made the weight one last time, and knocked J-Rock out. But J-Rock was saying that Charlo declined testing versus him. So you got to understand that's extra money coming out of people's pockets. So these guys care more about the money than a lot of the times they care about their health. But, at the end of the day, I don't think David Morrell even got an opportunity to respond. But if this is true, this is some serious accusations. because they going up to Minnesota now testing. Maybe that's why they fighting in Minnesota. They going some of these, these non-major commission, states like, unlike California and Texas, and they going to Georgia, they going to Minnesota and places like this, and they not testing these fighters. Then I mean, what you expect? What you expect? So, we ain't heard nothing back from Tim Smith or nothing from Dave Morrell or none of that. Are they testing or not testing? That's the $1 million question. Are they testing or not testing? So I just want to speak on that real quick. But I mean, I find it funny that Deontay Wilder, Gervonta Davis was just talking about who testing and who not testing. Don't y'all find that funny? Now all of a sudden it's another non-PBC fighter said I fought a PBC fighter and we ain't testing. And we ain't testing. So I mean, it is what it is. But that's boxing for you. That's boxing for you. That's boxing for you. These guys be talking all this shit about who popping hot, who they think popping hot, and then they living in a glass house. They living in a glass house. Ain't that wild? They said loudest person in the room is usually the most suspicious person in the room. So, but we gotta wait and see. But there's been a rumor out there that them dudes don't be testing. It's a big rumor that they don't be testing. So, but then again, they want to go out here and call other people drug cheats. So now, Tank Davis did respond to this tweet. All right. Now, Rick Glazer people, they want to pick when he say break some news or he break a rumor that favor their side, people want to report it. Then they want to report it. When he break a news on the other side, then they want to call him fake. He said being told by a reliable source that Tank Davis doesn't want to get back in the ring for what's being offered by Al Haymon after making that big windfall versus Ryan Garcia. Sounds like another fighter that bases their value off of one fight, but that one fight is a total anomaly. That's boxing in this era. Now, Tank Davis did retweet. He basically said that I hate to even repeat this. He basically said Rick Glazer old, he about to die anyway. That's pretty much now that I seen a screenshot. I'm pretty sure Mr. Tweeter deleter. I'm just saying that's allegedly what he said. I'm gonna say allegedly that's what he said. So he basically said something. He basically said something of that. That's basically what he said. Like, you old, you about to die anyway. Count your days and some shit like that. Then he do what he do. He basically tweeted and deleted it. And he basically was saying it ain't true. So, but we know it ain't no money in it. We heard that, Crawford and Spence ain't got no network. And the network ain't putting no money up and it's coming out of Al pocket. So, at the end of the day, Tank came out, tweeted something and said it wasn't true. So, I don't know. Tank was saying the other day, that, people said he was going to open up Amazon Prime before it was announced that he hadn't heard nothing. Now, could he be lying? Absolutely. I done seen somebody break a rumor and the fighter manager say it ain't true, and then it turn around and be true. And it turn around and be 100% true. So, I mean, like I said before, they said the money gonna be funny over there at Amazon because they not putting up no money. All the funds are being provided by Al Haymon and his investors or whatever the situation might be. It's just a production deal. So, maybe he can't play Tank what he wants to pay Tank. Maybe Tank want a big payday. Who knows? But to be honest, where else he gonna get that? Where else can he go? He take it or leave it. Maybe being a shrewd negotiator to make sure Al Haymon give him everything he owed. Maybe he say, I don't want to step back in the ring for nothing less than this, that, and the third. I made this, I'll be good for a while. So, honestly, we really don't know. But apparently, this might be an issue with a lot of those fighters up there. Might be a reality check. They gotta eat what they kill. They gotta eat what they kill. They literally gotta eat what they kill. And and I ain't mad at it. The pay scale got to be reset at some point. Real talk. The pay scale got to be reset at some point. But, if that's a problem, who else is going to be a problem with? When you start getting to these other fighters like Frank Martin and Stephen Foden, who made some good money. Who else is going to be a problem with? Who else gonna want extra funds, extra fatty on extra parm on their goddamn $5 hot and Little Caesars hot and ready? Who else gonna want the extra garlic parm on there? Come on, a lot of these dudes. So Al Haymon gonna have to pony up on the bag. That's just what it is. Or he gonna start forcing these dudes to get in the ring. Or okay, you don't want to get in here and fight. Well, I'm gonna sit you down, and we know you're gonna run through that money. You be begging me to get back in the ring. We'll see. But some people saying, no, Tank got to take the big fights to get the money that he really want. Tank can go back to nickel and diamond before he fights some of these killers out here. Y'all know it. He'll go back to nickel and diamond. But it's rumored that Al Haymon got another network, but then I kept hearing that wasn't true. So maybe he got another network coming up. But I don't know if they're gonna have a formal are they gonna have a formal announcement, and reveal this Amazon thing, or they just gonna say we got a fight coming up, and that's just what it is. We got a fight coming up. Watching on Amazon. That what they gonna do? But Al Haymon, before he consistently sent his fighters to other network, before he shared other fight dates with other promoters and stuff of that nature. He gonna try to exhaust every option. He'll probably rather fold than do that. Real talk. He'll probably rather fold than allow that to happen. He'll probably rather fold than allow that to happen. He'll probably rather fold. If a New York wins this for automatically, he should be fighter of the year in my opinion. I'm not mad at that. Ryan Garcia pushing for the Haney fight. I hope he gets it. Yeah, I seen that. So yeah, we gotta wait. See, I got any questions I answer them. But yeah, this would be interesting because a lot of these dudes is gonna have issues on financially. You know, if it's true that they have a financial turmoil over there, a lot of these dudes gonna have issues with that. They're not gonna be getting paid what they used to get paid. They literally got to eat what they kill. They literally gonna have to eat what they kill. So, but we'll see. This forced them if this gonna force them to make the big fights, or they still gonna try to hustle and finesse the fans. Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. No, Al Heyman is a crook. Down to Don King, when he got up and he was successful, did he stop being a crook? Absolutely not. That's all he knew. That's all he knew. That's all he knew. Is Al Heyman 67 years old gonna change his stripes now? Absolutely not. Absolutely the hell not. He is who he is at this point. He gonna try to get over. Even though it's back against the ropes, he gonna try to find a way to finesse. That's just what they do. A thief gonna rob, and a killer gonna kill. And Al Heyman, street hustler, is gonna be a street hustler. That's one thing that you can count on. Tank needs to understand that ain't no money in fighting crews. He said Al gave him a reality check. He don't want it. I mean, but then again, Al the one allegedly pushing him not to fight the top fights neither. So it's kind of like a mixed message. In my opinion, it's kind of like a real mixed message. Come on. So, but then again, Tank was the one saying with Gillian Wallow on millions of dollars worth of game that, you know, he never asked for them fights. Maybe he knew better to ask for those fights. Maybe he knew better. So who knows? But yeah, Tank Davis, bro. Hopefully, he figure it out. Hopefully he figure it out. But if not, hey, he happy doing what he doing. He allow him to pay his bills and do it that way. Guess what? You got the option to watch and not to watch. When you stop talking about it, you stop, complaining about it, then maybe you get in there and fight somebody. So, and maybe he feel like, maybe they got a plan. I don't know, man, but if they paying them, they paying them. And paying them fight cruises. Remember he didn't want the Ryan Garcia fight. So we'll see. He said that money's starting to get funny. The message is gonna change. Yeah, it got to. It got to. But we'll see if these fighters really can start jumping ship or not. We'll see if these fighters can start jumping ship. Maybe not. You know. But but Devin Haney just confirmed that Ryan did instruct his team, and I'll talk about this later or tomorrow. He said it's facts that Ryan did, tell his team to go pursue the Devin Haney fight. So he said, I advised my team to contact Haney to discuss and make a fight happen between Devin and I, hashtag Garcia Haney. And Haney said these are facts. So don't mean shit gonna get done. But hey, I mean that's another good fight. Ryan Garcia, seeing something that he can exploit. And he beat Devin Haney. That put him right back in the driver's seat to fight Tank Davis for a rematch to get another no big payday. So I mean, apparently, Devin numbers did good enough to get Ryan Garcia. So they got history, and who knows? Maybe Ryan Garcia feel like Devin can't hurt him, and he can knock out Devin. So I could see another big fight. So I know Sandor Martin is the mandatory, so I don't know if this is gonna be next or whatever the situation may be. You know, but yeah. So yeah, I like to, they fight. I watch it. I support it. But I'm pretty sure they're a long way away from making this fight. Long way. Can Ryan even get down to 140 pounds to fight for the title? You know what I'm saying? Can he even get down the weight? And that's what I'm asking. Can he even get down the weight? So who knows? So, but you know, that is what it is, man. That's all I got tonight, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole nine. You can listen or you can rewatch it on Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, aka X. You can listen to it on Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Spotify, the whole nine. All the information is inside the link tree. Um, but other than this, I have a Devin Haney Garcia video up tomorrow, especially if somebody changed it. Some changes as well too. So yeah, I got a Frank Martin video coming up tomorrow. But don't forget, check out the Boxing 101 playlist on YouTube for more videos like this. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, we'll see. Maybe Al Haymon got a secret stash or more investors to pay these guys money. Maybe they put some great fights on together. They start working with other, companies and competitors to boost them up, and then Amazon to pour some money into the business. But I think this is a wait and see approach from Amazon, and see if they're gonna deliver on what they need to deliver on before they make some type of investment in the PBC. But Al Haymon gonna be crooked, and it ain't too much you can do about it. He's just a crooked individual, just as Don King was. And they both from Ohio, so we'll wait and see. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.